and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Knows it's me. Tina Beard has decided to do a Sarah and sit on the sofa. I don't know if any of you saw the photo I posted on the Zwift Run channel. I think it was just for members, actually. The photo of Sarah sitting on the sofa the other night, which was most amusing. Jamie Caesar, hello. Paul Hayward, hello. Amy, hello. Clive and Sebastian, good evening to you guys. Welcome to the Film My... No, don't welcome to Film My Run at all. Welcome to the Zwift Run channel. We're live on YouTube, and Victoria is running the 10k tonight, or the run tonight, because I'm a bit tired, or to be fair, Victoria has already run 10 miles today and had only had time for a very quick shower before I threw her onto the treadmill to do this run tonight. However, in fairness to me, I have run 25 miles today, so I think maybe I should just not do tonight's run. I don't know. Hello. I'm wearing my Zwift cap. What do you think? I am watching chat, and because I'm not running, I can look at chat far more easily tonight. So in-game chat might be an issue because Victoria can see that a lot clearer than me. But I can see YouTube chat. So if you're watching on YouTube... Oh, look, that's a big picture of me, isn't it? Hello. Victoria has a screen. Hashtag screens for Victoria. So Victoria has a screen. I have a microphone. And I have a screen to see YouTube chat. I may disappear for 5 minutes to go and get a cup of coffee. Or a big glass of milk. I don't know if you know... when I run in the heat... I don't drink very much when I'm running, but when I get home, my goodness, I can down drinks like it's going out of fashion. Victoria says she feels dehydrated after her run, and yeah, I felt dehydrated after mine, so I've been just drinking and drinking and drinking since I got in. Amy Green likes my hat, as does Sebastian. Having heard how far I've run and how far Victoria has run, Tina, sitting on the sofa, is now feeling very lazy. Tina Beard, you're not the first person to say that this hat looks like a Super Mario hat. When I did the original video promoting these hats, everyone said I just looked like Super Mario. I was also wearing the orange Zwift t-shirt as well, and I looked ridiculous. All I needed was a moustache, or a moustache, as Victoria's just pronounced it. Any chat going on in game, Victoria, that I haven't seen? Stefan Gross says, welcome back, Princess. Clive Finnimore says it's 21.6 degrees, 54% humidity in the garage. In here, in the shed quarters, it's 25.6 in shed quarters and 36% humidity. Clive says, how about in shed quarters? Well, there you go. There's the answer. Can you... There we go. Right. So can you see mix 2 and mix 3 down there? Okay, so I'll just tell you when you need to press those. Thierry Macklin is just doing 5k tonight. It's 66% humidity where Nikki is. What's worse, higher humidity or lower humidity? Higher humidity, isn't it? Yes. So the higher the humidity, the more uncomfortable it gets. Well, is that Paul Hayward saying 18.3 degrees where he is? Yeah, I think 18.3. Oh, hang on a minute. I've got the phone. I can just see in-game chat on the phone, can't I? What an idiot. Oh dear. And I have I've probably edited the quickest video I've ever edited today. If you are a member of the Film My Run channel. So if you joined Film My Run as a member, there is a members-only video that is literally going live as we speak. So if you are a Film My Run subscriber, not a Film My Run subscriber, a Film My Run member, if you're a Film My Run member, you will be able to see a video of my run today. I did 41 kilometres this morning in absolutely gorgeous surroundings. It was very warm. It wasn't so warm when I started. It was fine when I started, but as I got into the run, my goodness, it was hot. So that meant that I slowed down, which meant that I didn't get back in time for Victoria to go on her run earlier when she'd planned. So I got back late. Victoria had to leave late, which meant she only just got back in time for this run. Let me just do something. Hang on. Sebastian likes the short videos. The one I've uploaded to the Film My Run channel is about 17 minutes long, and there's no music on it. It's just me running and talking while filming. Stephen, why BC Super Chat option on YouTube? What is BC? I know the Super Chat. I mean, Super Chat is, I don't know. Super Chat is when you can pay money to chat. I mean, we don't have enough live users for you to... I mean, if you want to super chat, you can. That's just another way of the channel earning revenue. If we had... Say we had hundreds and hundreds of viewers, and your chat message was simply lost in a load of chat, you can pay a super chat. Do you want to press mix 2, Vic? Or mix 3? Press mix 3. That's better. You can pay a super chat so that your chat message is highlighted, which means it's more likely to be seen. But I mean, you know, there's not enough live viewers for your message. If I'm keeping my eyes on the chat, your message shouldn't get missed. Oh, well, Nikki, thank you very much for trying. I don't know why. If you're trying to make a super chat, thank you very much, and I appreciate it, but I don't know why it hasn't worked. I'll have to look into it. But thanks for trying, though. That's very kind of you. Tina Beard says, I've just watched the video now, which is why I'm still sitting on the sofa. Hang on. Right, does that mean you're blaming me? Are you blaming me for you not getting off the sofa to come and do this run? Tina, Victoria says, can she just go and sit on the sofa, please? Paul Hayward suggesting if Tina sits on the sofa long enough, she'll have to go and sign up for a couch to 5k. Yeah, Clive Finnemore says, well done to Jeff Partridge on his awesome run at the weekend. Well, not just, I mean, he's only just finished it. So not just at the weekend. I mean, he had 2 nights of running. 2 nights. I don't know how long it took him. Yeah, we are very disappointed, Jeff, that you haven't joined us tonight, because it's pretty lazy of you to not run this evening, having just run 108 miles across the Pennine Way. Well done, Jeff. Absolutely fantastic work. Victoria says, super impressive. Hello, Kim. Kim Salt has just joined us on YouTube. Thank you very much, Kim. Sherry Macklin's just doing 5k today. Tina says, I had to do yoga again today, and there was definitely no lying down, Stephen. It was tough. I think you've probably got it confused with something else then. Maybe it was running you did and not yoga. There's no lying down in running. Kim Salt says, why is Stephen making Victoria run today? Hang on.
Kim, you could also ask, why is Stephen making me do 2 runs today? Stephen did 25 miles this morning. I've just done 10 miles outside, got home, had a quick shower, jumped on the treadmill. I'm saying he doesn't know how Jeff Partridge managed to have a little sleep, wake up and then start running again. He said his legs would seize up. I think when you're that fatigued, you don't have much option. Sarah says just 10.
Right, Kevin DeLuca is usually the leader of this run today, but as you can see, Clive Finnemore is leading. Kevin says, well, is Kevin sitting on the sofa is the question from Victoria. He says, hello guys, not here today because I need to prepare for my new house move next week. Have a great run, everyone. So, but that still might mean he could be sitting on the sofa, because he could be sitting on the sofa with a laptop in front of him, preparing a spreadsheet of all the things he needs to do to move house. Paul Hayward says, I missed your video today. I was busy meeting an English sporting legend. Oh, intrigue. Paul, are you? Yeah, Paul, do tell, says Tina. Right, Paul, Victoria's just said it wasn't her. So she doesn't know what you're on about. It's English sporting legend and it's not Victoria. Who could it possibly be? Oh, it could be Jeff Partridge. Do you want to press mix 2 again? Thank you. Yeah, it could have been Jeff Partridge. Paul Hayward, do tell us. Amy Green is annoyed with me because she says I could have at least rounded it up to 26 miles and done a marathon. I could, but I was too tired, and I'd reached the car, and Victoria was waiting for me to get home, so I couldn't round it up to 20. The state I was in at 41 kilometres, doing another kilometre to make it fully up to a marathon would have been another 15 minutes. Oh yeah, and the point 2. Oh, Paul Hayward says yes, it was Jeff. So what, Paul? You met Jeff? Oh, Jeff Hurst. He met Jeff Hurst, hat-trick hero of the 1966 World Cup final. Wow! In what setting and situation were you meeting Jeff Hurst, Paul Hayward? So it was a Jeff. It just wasn't the Jeff we were thinking of. Right, Kim Salt now says that doesn't seem fair, Victoria. What? That I've made Victoria run on the treadmill after doing 10 miles? Right. Yeah, it's right. Victoria says it's because she ducked out yesterday and didn't do anything at all. Clive Finnemore is asking for takers for the run report tonight. Clive, didn't you just volunteer yourself by saying that? Clive says Kevin is absent without leave, apparently. Amanda Allison, by the way, if you know Amanda, she is out in Chamonix and she is doing 21 kilometres in the... no, it's a bit more than 21, actually. I think it's about 25 kilometres. It's the Mont Blanc half marathon soon. So good luck to Amanda, who has been training with me every Tuesday and Thursday. Amanda has rocked up at the Film My Run 500 on a Tuesday morning, 11:35 UK time, and a Thursday morning, and she's been rocking up, doing the climbing, doing the training, and she is now out in Chamonix in France. How 23 kilometres, says Peter Barlow. By the way, Peter Barlow is Amanda Allison's father, so don't get confused when Peter Barlow tells you all about Amanda. He is her dad. So, yes, 23 kilometres. She's out in Chamonix. It's going to be hilly and it's going to be hot. So, the very best of luck to Amanda for her run. And Peter's going to go out in there and join her as well soon. So, have fun, Peter. Enjoy that. That's going to be great. And you've got to tell us all about it. And Victoria says she is envious. Right, Paul Hayward has come back with information on Jeff Hurst. So if you don't know who Jeff Hurst is, Jeff Hurst scored a hat-trick in 1966 in the World Cup final for England when we won our one and only World Cup. This is soccer, football. And Paul Hayward says he came to our school today. We did a Mexican wave. So Paul Hayward, I hope, was the leader of the Mexican wave. So Jeff Hurst was at the school that Paul Hayward works at. Kim Salt says, shouldn't you be running the Zwift Run Festival? We will be doing it on Friday. We're going to run the 10k on Friday, Kim. Clive wants lots of photos from Peter of the trip to Chamonix. And Peter has promised always lots of photos. And we'll be out there in August. So I'll be running TDS in August out in Chamonix. Jeff Partridge will be back out there running as well. Herbert Krabell will be out there. Who else is going out there that we know? Clive Finnemore hasn't secretly signed up for something out there, has he? Clive, you're not going out to Chamonix, are you, by any chance? Lots of other people will be out in Chamonix in August, running either CCC, TDS, UTMB, any of those big races for the... basically, it's the World Series of ultra running for 1 week in Chamonix at the end of August.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah, listen.
Sebastian has secretly signed up, has he?
Right, Clive says not this year. He hasn't signed up this year, but he is aiming for it. In a couple of weeks' time, Victoria and Clive and myself will be doing the UTS 50k by UTMB, and that will give Clive and Victoria points or stones. They're called stones, which give them the right to enter the ballot for a UTMB race next year. Jonathan Cost says coming through. Victoria can see you, Jonathan. Victoria, can you press mix 2, please? I think I'm going to have to change that because I can't be bothered to constantly be pressing mix 2 all the time. Clive's going to start collecting stones to increase his chances to get into UTMB for next year or the year after. Tina says, Stephen, I bet Beachy Head won't look as stunning as that in October. Well, it certainly won't be as hot. I mean, sometimes it's very sunny and you do get beautiful sunshine across the Seven Sisters. But other times it is completely misty and cloudy and you can't see a thing. So, yes, I mean, it's, you just take your chances with Beachy Head in October. That said, I think I've had more sunny runs there than cloudy ones. When I've done the Beachy Head Marathon, I think 5 times now. I think I've only had one which was very miserable, cold, wet and cloudy. All the other times, I think we've had fairly good weather most of the time. But yeah, it's starting to get a little bit colder. A lot colder in August. There we are. That's even more Super Mario, isn't it? Hey, how about that? That's the Vega look as well. I lost my Vega hat over the past 2 or 3 weeks, and Victoria found it for me yesterday. So I ran in my Vega hat today, which felt good. So we are how far in now? 2.6 kilometres. 17 minutes. We've managed 17 minutes without talking about food, which is pretty impressive, I think, for this lot. Nikki was talking about Super Chat. It's very kind of you to try and get us some more revenue, Nikki. Thank you very much. If anybody wants to do a Super Chat simply out of kindness, then by all means do attempt it. Nikki said she tried it earlier on and it didn't work for some reason. So if anybody wants to try giving us a Super Chat here on the Zwift Run channel, you're more than welcome. Clive Finnemore says, Stephen, I bet you've got your eyes on one of those Vega bucket hats. Well, yes, I have. And Jeff Partridge, bless his heart, Jeff Partridge was the first person to text me a photo of it saying, this is just for you. Right, Amy Green says, I'm hungry. Have we had any chat from Sarah yet? Oh, she's just said, sorry, I'm not chatty today. Although she has said, hang on a minute. Right, she says something about the run report. Whoever asked was going to write it. Oh, that was ages ago, was it? Okay. Right, so have we now agreed that that Clive is doing the run report then? Right, Sarah and Victoria have agreed that Clive is doing the run report, that he automatically volunteered himself. Tina Beard says, I've just had a Marmite sandwich. Thanks for that info. Mix 2, please. Kim Salt says, what is Super Chat? Super Chat is another revenue stream on YouTube. So I was explaining this earlier, that say that you have lots and lots of people chatting on YouTube. Sometimes the chat messages can get lost because there are so many messages coming through that say I miss them. if you wanted your chat message to feature in the YouTube chat stream, you can pay money to have like a highlighted chat message. So I don't know how much. I've never tried it before. I don't know how much it is. I don't even know how you do it, if I'm honest. But there is an option. It's just because we don't usually have that many live viewers that the messages don't get lost. I can see them all. So there's not really a need for you to do Super Chat. But it's another way of giving revenue to the channel. So you can click somewhere to do a Super Chat. Maybe I should find out how to do it. So if anybody wants to, they can do it. Right, Jonathan says, I asked you the other day about variable rates on YouTube and saw it today on FMR. Does it also apply to the Zwift Run channel? No. So, if you want to join the Zwift Run channel as a member, there is only one payment option. So it's a very basic. How much is it? £1, $2, something like that. It's pretty standard, small charge, primarily because most of the stuff that we put up on this channel is live video and the occasional short video. Whereas on the Film My Run channel, there's a greater scope for membership. So you've got the basic membership, but then you've got 2 other levels above that, and you get different perks above that in the Film My Run channel. So there you go. So yeah, there are different rates on Film My Run, but not on the Zwift Run channel. Only one rate on the Zwift Run channel. And Jonathan says that's why I couldn't see it then. He says I'll have to join FMR. Well, thank you very much, Jonathan. That is much appreciated. Sarah Jacobson didn't sleep very well last night. She's very tired, but she has still got off her backside and joined the run tonight, which is very commendable. Well done, Tina. Thanks for joining tonight. Brilliant. Sorry, did I say Tina? I meant Sarah. And you know what? It's the crux of running, isn't it? A lot of the time, we sit down and we say, do you know what? I just can't be bothered today. And sometimes that's fine. And it's what Victoria did yesterday, and I've done it plenty of times before. Jonathan, you wouldn't be the first gold member. You wouldn't be the first gold member. There is one other gold member already. Somebody beat you to it, but that's very kind of you, Jonathan. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, sitting on the sofa and saying, do you know what? Tonight, it's just not happening. And I've done that plenty of times before. And plenty of mornings I've laid in bed, especially Saturday mornings when I should be going to park run. I've laid in bed and I've thought, you know what, I can't be bothered. But when you do, when you then get out of bed and go to park run, or you get off the sofa and you go running, when you come back and when you've finished, you honestly, you know, don't you? Because you've had that feeling before. Of feeling really proud of yourself, really pleased that you got off your backside and went and did that run. What is Clive Finnimore going on about? Right, apparently, Clive Finnimore didn't sleep too well the other night, and he's blaming his wife. He says Lucy had had too much wine. Jonathan says, I was a late joiner tonight because my flight was cancelled. So if your flight hadn't been cancelled, would you have been on time for this run? But you know what Jonathan Cost does, don't you? He goes to work, he sits in the cockpit, and he turns his... It's like Amy Green the other night when she was at her parents' house. Sits with his phone by his side so the first officer can't see... And watches us live. Well, yeah, whilst he's in the air. They have a secret Wi-Fi connection to the ground. I know, it's shocking. And Jonathan Cost just sits there in the middle of a flight over the Atlantic and watches the Zwift Run channel while he's in the air. He sticks autopilot on, tries to hide from the first officer and the cabin crew. And no, I don't know. Jonathan isn't the first officer. Jonathan's the captain. Jonathan must be the captain. Right, sorry, Tina. Nah, because Tina is now sitting on the sofa, and because I've done 25 miles today, and Victoria has already done 10 miles and is now doing another 10k, Tina is feeling bad, and now I've just made her feel worse. Hang on.
Tina, you can sit on that sofa. Guilt-free. You do enough running. You deserve a break sometimes.
Just lazy, Tina. That's what you are. Eh? Just, sort yourself out. Sort your life out, Tina. How long ago was that operation? She's still milking that operation, isn't she? When was that? January? Come on, Tina. You can't milk it anymore. Mix 2, please, Victoria. Thank you very much. Right, Kim Salt is sitting on the sofa as well, so holding hands across the Atlantic Ocean, Kim Salt and Tina Beard, laziness itself. Laziness united. Right. Victoria's feeling bad, and she says they both give plenty to this channel and to Zwift, and they deserve a break. Nikki says, Tina, you deserve a break. You earned it. So all the girls sticking together again, feeling sorry for each other. Right, hang on a minute. Oh no, now. Tina now says, I had an MRI scan this afternoon. It was stressful. Does that garner any more sympathy? Do we think, right, Victoria says yes, it does garner more sympathy. So, okay, MRI scans are not pleasant. Clive Finnemore says, so Sebastian, is it cheese and Marmite toasties for dinner tonight? Amy Green is cheese and Marmite, or Marmite and cheese. It's Marmite and cheese, isn't it? Right, the rule is you cannot say cheese and Marmite. That is wrong. It's Marmite and cheese. And anyone who says otherwise, well, I shall have their guts for garters. Marmite and cheese. Clive Finnemore says, next time, Sebastian, try putting the baked beans in with it. So Marmite, cheese and baked beans. So what we do is we toast some bread, we spread butter on, we spread Marmite on, we put the baked beans on the top, and then we put grated cheese on the top of that, and then we put black pepper on the top. That's the rule. Victoria, mix 2, please. Right, Amy Green says, you're making me want to be on the sofa, so ZLR, Zwift Lazy Runners, says Paul Hayward. I didn't say that. I never said that, Tina. That's Paul Hayward, ZLR. He says ZLR, Zwift Lazy Runners. It's not me that said that. Don't hold that against me. I'm just using the close-up to good advantage. Do you know what? The close-up, Paul Hayward being cheeky yet again, the close-up, you look a lot better. People look a lot better in the close-up when they're not running, I think. Victoria doesn't like... Let me just put that close-up on again. Look. Hang on a minute. Oh, no, wrong mouse. Wrong keyboard. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Right, now normally I'm not a fan of that close-up either. Victoria doesn't like this close-up. Oh, there, now Victoria's on the close-up, look. I think people, yeah, it's a clear view of somebody's face, and when they're struggling, you can definitely tell they're struggling with that close-up, can't you? I'm not going to take that close-up away. That close-up is going to stay, even if you don't like it. it shows the true face of pain, or at least sweatiness. Sarah Jacobson says, everyone knows that runners are the most lazy people when they aren't running. Yeah. Oh, Kim Salt's come up with a good one. She says ZLDR, Zwift Lazy Day Runners. Nice. I'm not reading that out, Tina. I'm not reading that comment out. Tina's just commented and I'm not reading it out because I'm in charge. No, she said no, I'm not reading it out. You'll have to look back at it later. She said I look demented in the close-up. Oh! Victoria says not just in the close-up. Unbelievable. Yeah, neither of us looked like this on Wednesday. So I think Jonathan's suggesting that Victoria, you don't look bad at all, and that I don't look too bad, but neither of us looked any good in the close-up on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday was hard. By the way, I've got something to admit to about Wednesday. Do you want to just press mix 2? I have to apologise. In my video this morning where I listed what we're doing this week, I did say that Victoria was going to be running today's run, but I neglected to mention that Victoria will also be doing Wednesday workout on her own, because I forgot that I have a 10k race that I'm filming in Bromley in London on Wednesday evening. So I will be up in Bromley. If you're nearby, come and say hello. I'm doing the Bromley 10k in London on Wednesday evening. Victoria was expecting to come up with us and spend a nice evening in Bromley. I'm not sure how nice Bromley is, to be honest, to spend an evening there. Oh, Victoria thinks it's probably very nice. Victoria, we will be live. We will be doing it, but it will be Victoria on her own, whilst I am up in London doing a 10k. Vomit Wednesday workout will be Victoria on Wednesday. Wednesday was 1,000% an aircon day, says Jonathan. Yes, that was. But you see, that's the question. You see, how many of those days are we likely to have per year? Does that one day warrant air conditioning? Victoria says yes. Tina says you'll do anything to get out of Wednesday workout. Right, Clive Finnimore is going to join Victoria for Wednesday workout. Sarah Jacobson is coming out with her excuses already for Wednesday workout. She says, I think I have a work call, so I don't know if I'll be able to do Wednesday workout. Hang on 5 seconds while I just make sure that I arrange that work call, she says, for Wednesday. Yeah, Sarah, of course.
Come on, Sarah, please give me some moral support. Sebastian's bullying me into doing Group B again.
Amy Green did Group B last week, but she thinks she might have to do Group C this week. Sebastian is... Right, Victoria says, no, Amy, you've got to do Group B as well. Sebastian is wanting Victoria to do Group B. Yeah, people just want to see you vomit. Kim Salt says, things have gone downhill in chat since we went to YouTube. Honestly, Kim, they weren't that much better on Facebook, to be fair, were they, really? No, don't give Sarah that option. It's Group B or nothing. She can't laze around in Group D doing work calls. Mind you, Clive Finnimore has done work calls whilst running on the treadmill, hasn't he? I'm sure you've said that you've done work calls, Clive, whilst you've been running on the treadmill. Right, Amy Green says, I'll do Group B if you do Group B, Victoria. Okay, so Victoria's going to do Group B, unless she's talking to me, but she can't be talking to me because she knows I'm not going to be there. So Amy Green is going to do Group B, Victoria is going to do Group B, Sebastian's going to do Group B, Clive is going to do Group B, and Sarah Jacobson is going to do Group B whilst on a work call. No, Clive's going to do Group B, I think. Is there a Group C, says Paul Hayward. Yes, there's even a Group D, Paul, so you can join Group C or Group D. Gosh, hang on, I am getting lost with chat now. Jonathan Costa's aircon does both heating and cooling, so don't forget the heating during the winter running when it steams up in here. Actually, yeah, when we close the doors because it's so cold and then it steams up in here. That is true. Oh, Paul Hayward says no. Is there a Group Z? A Group Z? No, there isn't. You're good enough for Group B, Paul. Thierry Macklin has finished. He's done his 5k, so he's gone. Take care, Thierry. Well done. Clive. Oh no, actually, I was going to say, Clive, could you promote the Paris Marathon? But of course, nobody can join Paris Marathon at the moment, can they? Because it's closed until September. So, yeah, if you haven't actually signed up for the Paris Marathon yet, which, to be perfectly honest with you, Victoria and I haven't actually yet, but we will, and we do every year, and there's no panic. We will be at the Paris Marathon, but we haven't signed up for it yet, and it doesn't open again until September. It's slightly more expensive in September, but do come and join us. If you haven't signed up yet, you'll have to wait until September, but you've got plenty of time to sort out what you need to do for April 2023. Sarah Jacobson says she's definitely not speedy enough for Group B. She says, is there a group couch? I think you know the answer to that, don't you, Sarah? The answer is yes. The answer is yes, but you won't get any mileage in. Oh, Paul Hayward's got... Do you know what? I'd forgotten about that. Paul Hayward has decline on his treadmill. So if things get tough, he could always put the decline on his treadmill, he says. Good idea, Paul. Yeah. So Paul's going to rock up to Group B. And if he gets tired, he's just going to put the decline on his treadmill. Clive Finnimore has promoted the Paris Marathon on the chat. September 2022, it opens again. You can all join and come and join us for the world's best Zwift IRL meetup. It will be held in Paris again in April 2023. So sign up when it goes live again in September. Clive says the restaurant managers in Paris are so looking forward to us all turning up again. Oh yes. Oh, yes, we had fun, didn't we? Sarah Jacobson says, I have declined too. Great excuse. Okay, so Sarah's joining Group B again as well, then. Earlier this year, says Clive, when we joined together for the Paris Marathon this year, we booked a restaurant early in the evening to celebrate our meetup, and it was the night before the marathon, and we'd booked it about 7 p.m. and we thought we had our tables for the whole evening, and we didn't know that about an hour and a half later there was a big party of people all waiting because they'd booked the tables for about 8:30 or something, but the restaurant didn't tell us. So the irate customer came upstairs to our tables to inform us that they were waiting to use these tables and we all needed to eat up and get off and go away. Because they had a marathon to run, apparently, the next day. Who'd have thought it? John Freeze is on. Hello, John. He says, sorry, off topic, but my teen daughter mentioned the other morning that she can't get an 80s song out of her head that has to do with John Ketley. What? So what? Why is an American girl? How does she know about John Ketley? Because John Ketley was purely a British phenomenon. back in the 80s. I would be surprised if an American would know anything about it. He says, I only really mentioned it months ago when we were talking about it. Oh, okay. Back on the 80s again. So he has mentioned it before. John Freeze is running, by the way. He is in game as well. Well, I don't know what you're talking about, John. I've no idea what you're referring to. Hang on.
My Finnemore also says Paris also has good park run. That's if you can find it, or if you can be bothered to get out of bed.
Yeah, at least I got out of bed. Unlike Victoria and lots of other people. There was only me and Clive there. Yeah, I might have been 20 minutes late, but at least I arrived. Where were the rest of you? Right, Jonathan, I'm not reading it out. I'm not. You can go on. You can go on about it all you like, but I'm not reading it out. Victoria, I have drunk all of your drink. Do you want me to go and get you another one? Right, ladies and gentlemen. I know I don't even like cherry. She's got cherry squash, cherry juice, and I've drunk it all. So I'm going to go and get her another one. Bear with me. I'll give the microphone to Victoria.
The cheek of it. He doesn't even like cherries and berries squash.
Like berries.
Finnemore says, in this warm weather, make sure you all stay hydrated. Yes. And don't allow your spouse to drink your drink. All this talk of drinking now is making me feel really thirsty. I've just had a really nice sip of warm water. From lunchtime. Nice.
Hang on. I'll just test it. Let me just test it for you. Oh, that is lovely and cold. Tastes horrible, but it's lovely and cold. Jamie Caesar says, my beauty sleep was more important than that Paris park run. Jonathan Cost agreeing. Yeah, Sebastian wasn't there either. Sarah will be there when we do it again in 2023. Sarah Jacobson will be getting out of bed for park run on the Saturday before the marathon. What's Clive talking about? What's left over in the fridge? Diana has tuna salad. No baking. No baking from Diana today. 6.5k in. So another couple of kilometres to go. Victoria's heart rate is 135 at the moment, so nice and comfortable in zone 2. 9 kilometres an hour. We've got Debbie Colville, we've got Paul Hayward, we've got Hummel, we've got Patino, Sarah Jacobson, Jonathan Koss is just up ahead, Theo Heldon is just up ahead as well. Who else have we got there? Where's Clive Finnemore? Is Clive racing ahead, doing his 10 kilometres an hour? Jason says, my wife baked me an apple cake yesterday. There's only half left. We'll finish that bad boy today, he says. Sarah Jacobson. Right, not only is Sarah Jacobson making excuses for this Wednesday workout, but she's now also making excuses for Park Run in about 9 months' time. So she's really, putting it out there. Plans afoot. She plans to be jet lagged for Park Run on Saturday morning in 2023. Sebastian's heart rate is similar to Victoria's, so that's good. Nice and comfortable. Where is Sebastian? Oh, they're ahead. Okay, so Clive and Sebastian are not chivalrous as they were in the Paris Marathon this year. They've raced ahead and left Victoria. They've left Victoria with Debbie Colville, who, as we all know, is she's a bad influence, isn't she? We all know that. If there's wine afoot, then Debbie Colville will be offering it around. Unless Paul Deering has a situation in hand and has hidden the wine. So we'll let Clive and Sebastian off. Peter Barlow's heart rate is 159, so he says time to chill. Yeah, he needs to relax a bit. Kim Salt says it's good to plan ahead, Sarah. Jonathan Cost has randomly said, does Victoria ever make Victoria Sponge? She does occasionally. She also occasionally goes to Victoria Station, and she has walked down Victoria Road before. And she also likes Victoria plums. Right, I'm just going on Google for 1 minute. Yeah, Victoria's speciality is carrot cake. It has to be said. Right, okay, I have to admit this. I don't know what the word exurd means, and I'm assuming it is a typo. Is exurd a word that I don't know? Well, exceed might work. Sarah Jacobson says, I am managing expectations so I can exceed them later. She's written exurd. And I've just looked up exurd on Google, and it doesn't exist. So unless this is a word that I don't know, that neither Google knows as well, or it's a typo. Why does Clive want the next video 5K to be Pirate Night? Jonathan Cost says PMSL. And I wonder if he realised what I was doing with Google then. Yeah, it was a typo. Good, okay. Ah! Oh dear. Sometimes, you know, I believe I'm more stupid than I actually am. Apparently Sebastian has a pirate costume. Clive Finnimore has a pirate costume. I mean, Clive Finnimore's pirate costume is just his everyday clothes, isn't it? Probably. Has anyone else got a pirate costume? Do you have a pirate costume? Because Clive Finnimore wants to make the next time we have a video 5K, Clive Finnimore wants to make it a pirate event. I'm not sure everyone has dressing up boxes at home. It's just that we don't. We don't have dressing up boxes, or a dressing up box. Apparently it's the Polperro Festival. Hang on a second. Go back to the bottom of the chat now. It's the Polperro Festival this week, and it's Pirate Day, where everyone dresses up as pirates on Saturday. I just thought it would be a funny film, a funny film. Peter Barlow wants to be a parrot. Clive says he thought it would be a funny film my run theme. He says he's sure that Amy Green has a pirate costume. I think you're probably right, actually. My wife runs a drama group, so there's always plenty of costumes to hand, says... No, not my wife. Clive's wife runs a drama group, so there's always plenty of costumes to hand. Alfredo says, it's nice to watch your races when I'm resting. So there's another one. So not only Kim and Tina, but Alfredo is also sitting down doing nothing, not running. Tina Beard says, regards having a pirate costume. Tina Beard says, in a word, no. Well, you may have to go and buy one then. Peter, apparently Clive thinks you'll be too big to sit on his shoulder. Jonathan Coss says Navy types love dressing up. Well, I mean, yeah, they do, because their Navy costume is dressing up anyway, isn't it? That's like putting on funny clothes with all their flashy white and blue stuff. Tina says, I bet there will be a lot of Jack Sparrows, Clive. Right, we are now up to 7.7, nearly 8 kilometres in. We've got about 10 minutes left of running. Oh yeah, it's not an hour, is it? It's 10k, isn't it? Yes, I keep forgetting, because we've got the ZLDR recovery hour on a Friday, but Monday is a 10k run, so it goes over the hour, doesn't it? So yeah. So it is going to be about an hour and 6 minutes, isn't it? Because there's at least another 2k to go. Victoria's running at 9 kilometres an hour, heart rate 136. She's comfortable. She's already done 10 miles today, so this will bring her up to 16 miles. Yes, 16 miles for the day. Very good. Thank you for the ride on, Ryan Downey, or thank you, Victoria. Victoria says thank you for the ride on. Ride. I took my headphones off and I didn't put them back on. Tina Beard says I could manage a peg leg. What, running on a treadmill with a peg leg? That'd be good. 8k done. 2 to go. Oh dear. Right, Clive and Sebastian are now going left field with their pirate costume chat. I'm not sure it's appropriate for a family show before the watershed. They're very dodgy. There's a top-down view of Victoria's treadmill. It's a bit wonky, isn't it? But hang on. That's made it even more wonky. Well, that'll have to do. There you go. So you can see Victoria's wearing her New Balance shoes. We're using the MyRun treadmill today. I'm standing on the Noble Pro. #GoNoblePro. And Victoria is now at over 8 kilometres in to the ZLDR MHG PACK FMR community run, which we do every Monday. If you're new to Zwift, hello, I'm Stephen. That's Victoria over there, who is actually doing the work tonight. Tina says it's a proper bromance going on between Clive and Sebastian. Yeah, it's a bromance that should not be broadcast. I don't want to see what Clive and Sebastian come up with for their pirate costumes. It's probably not for public consumption. Is it those Navy types that dress up in drag as well? I'm sure the Navy types all dress up in drag for fun times on the ship. I have to say, Sarah Jacobson is doing very well tonight. She is right up with everybody. Quite often, Sarah has been doing 5k or 6k and saying goodnight, but she's right there with us today. Well done, Sarah. Good job. Can you press mix 3, please, Victoria? Kim Salt says, it sounds like a fashion show. Victoria is wearing New Balance and running on a Noble Pro. She's running on the My Run. I'm standing on the Noble Pro, not moving. She's also wearing her snazzy Zwift white top today and her Zwift headband, all available in the Zwift shop. If you actually probably not available in the Zwift shop, to be fair, because they're always out of stock. Is that Peter going now? Oh, right. Apparently it's the Royal Marines that do the dressing up in drag. At that speed. Interesting. Clive says, we'll have to call you Hop Along, Tina, if you do peg leg. Yeah, and he says it's the Royal Marines that do the dressing up in drag. Sebastian says, I'll send you a photo from me in my pirate costume for your run report, Clive. Oh, my goodness. Apparently, the headband isn't even listed in the shop. So it's not even if it's out of stock, it's not available. Clive says, enjoy the mountains, Peter. Yeah, if you didn't hear earlier, Peter is off to Chamonix to join Amanda Allison, who is running 23 kilometres in Chamonix in the Mont Blanc half marathon this weekend, or this coming week. But can you press number 3, please, again? Or number 2, whatever it is. 3, try 3. Try 2. 2, that's it. So not far off now, just over a kilometre to go, less than a mile, running through Makuri Islands, Yumezi. The Zwift Run Festival is on all this week, which is in Neokyo, so that's the other world, the other part of Makuri Islands. So if you go to Makuri Islands, you can either run in this beautiful countryside, Japanese countryside. Oh, there's my close-up again, look. You can either run in the beautiful Japanese countryside or you can go to a nighttime version of Tokyo. So that's called Neokyo, and that's where the Zwift Run Festival is this week. Zwift Run Festival is all over the Zwift Companion app schedule this week, so go and choose the run that you want to do. If you want to run with us or me, I'll be doing the Friday night 10k at 6 p.m. UK time. So come and join us then. Friday night we'll be live on the Zwift Run channel. We'll be live on Zwift. I don't know whether Victoria will run with us. Maybe she will, maybe she won't. But I will definitely be doing the Neokyo Watopia Run Festival 10k at 6 p.m. on Friday. Oh, wow. Sarah Jacobson says, I think we're going to travel down to Mont Blanc after the marathon next year. That will be lovely. And a great time of year to go as well. Springtime down at Mont Blanc will be absolutely fantastic. Lovely. Jean-Luc says goodbye. Thank you, John. He is off. He's finishing. Right, Finnemore is about to finish as well. Sebastian's about to finish. Theo Holdon is about to finish. So that'll be them gone, and it'll just be Sarah Jacobson with 1 kilometre to go, Normal with 1 kilometre to go, Patino with 1 kilometre to go, Victoria and Paul Hayward all with 1 kilometre left of the community run. And we'll be around tomorrow morning. If you are around at 11:35 UK time tomorrow, 12:35 Central European time, or very early in the morning in the US, then come and join us for the Film My Run 500. Set your treadmill to 12% and come and run up a hill with us for 4.2 kilometres. If you don't want to do that, you can join us on Wednesday, or join Victoria on Wednesday for a tough Wednesday workout. So tough that last Wednesday I wimped out in the last 2 and slowed my treadmill down. Marcus Holmes said he also slowed his treadmill down, and Victoria said she did slow down a little bit. So it was very tough. It was really, really hot. Tonight it's not so bad. 24 degrees. 24.2 degrees Celsius inside shed quarters with a humidity of 39%. Tina Beard's going to try and haul herself off the sofa tomorrow morning for the Film My Run 500. Thanks, Tina. And then we've got a double day on Thursday. Thursday we've got the Film My Run 500 in the morning. And then we've got Bag That Badge in the evening. We're doing John's route tomorrow on Thursday evening. So if you don't have the route achievement badge for John's route, I guess most of you watching will. But if you're new to Zwift, if you're just tuning in for the first time and wondering what on earth's going on, if you want to join Zwift, you want to come and run with us, we are doing Bag That Badge on Thursday evening, 6:15 UK time. 7:15 Central European time, to come and do the route achievement badges, which you can get by running different routes on Zwift. Let me just show you quickly. Even if you've got the badge, you can still turn up and come and run with us. If I go to the menu here, no, you only stop running if you go to the pairing screen. So you're still running even if you're in the menu. So if we go down to, that's the cycling route achievements there, look. If we go down a bit further, we come to the running route achievements. So here they are. So Victoria is very posh because she has them all. But we will be doing John's route, which is this one just here. So John's route on Thursday. If you don't have that badge, check in your garage now, check in the menus and go and have a look for that route achievement badge. If you don't have it, and even if you do, come and join us for Bag That Badge on Thursday evening or Thursday afternoon if you're in the US and you don't have to work, because it'll be about 1:15, so lunchtime in the US, or in the East Coast anyway. Kim Salt says, I don't actually think I have the John's Route badge. But Kim is over in California, so she'd have to be running at 10:15 in the morning to do that run. She's probably got a lecture to give. So Clive Finnemore is now with us on YouTube. Says, well done, everyone. Victoria has 500 meters to go. Sarah Jacobson was worried just then that I was going to end your run by accident. Victoria says she was as well. Clive says, see you tomorrow for the Film My Run 500. Says, thank you, Victoria. Stephen, thank you very much. Yep, see you tomorrow. 400 metres, and Victoria will round the corner. Can you press mix 2, please? Mix 3? Try mix 3. There we go. Mix 3 is better. Yeah, Kim Sol says, yeah, work gets in the way. So Victoria has managed to maintain zone 2 for the entire run today. From kilometre 1 all the way through to kilometre 10. She has been comfortable at around between 1:30 and 1:38. Oh, it flashed yellow for just a brief second there. So her heart rate has gradually gone up, but only by about 10 beats per minute. So she started on about 128, 129 BPM, and she's finishing on about 137, 138. Paul Hayward says thank you, everyone. So appreciate your company today. Lots of good chat on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. And well done to Victoria, and well done to everyone who's taken part in the community run today. Thank you to Nomo and Patino and Sarah Jacobson and Paul Hayward for running with Victoria. She appreciates the company. And we're at 105 minutes. What, 105 minutes? 1 hour and 5 minutes. And I'm wearing my slippers, just to let you know. And I went to make Victoria a drink. Has she drunk any of it? No, she hasn't. It's just sitting there on the side. All that effort I went to make that drink for her, and it's just sitting on the side. She says, I have had some. Don't believe her. Well done, Sarah Jacobson, hitting her daily target. And she's crossed the line. And Victoria's got 100 metres to go before she crosses the line. And then we'll be all done. And then Victoria can sit on the sofa. And we have a very nice, tasty vegetable pasta bake to eat tonight. Tina says, thanks for the live stream again. She says, well done, gang. No, not yet. 9.97 you're at. 9.98. The finish line's there, look. You've got to go through the finish line. All right, you know. See, this shows you how Victoria needs hashtag screens for Victoria, because she didn't even know. She didn't even know that on a Monday we cross a finish line before we finish. Because she never actually, she says, who knew? You never actually see a screen, do you, Victoria? Amy says, well done, see you soon. Clive says, bye-bye. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We'll let Victoria do the honours for finishing. Can you press... You can say goodbye. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Thank you all. Bye. See you soon.